We get to some telestrations. We get to talk a little ball, and we'll do so now with the quarterback of the Kansas Jayhawks, Jalon Daniels. James, what's going on, man?
Yes, sir. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Can I just call you JD?
Yeah, for sure.
I keep saying Jaden Daniels, and
trust me, I get that a lot.
It's easy to happen, right? I'm going to just say JD. Will work with that.
That's
man.
fine.
You have had such an awesome career.
Yes, sir.
You've had some challenges, some injury challenges, but
100%.
man, sounds like talking to Coach Leipold, you're as healthy as you've ever been. How are you feeling right now?
First of all, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here, blessed to be healthy, blessed to be able to be in the position I'm in, to be able to do what I do. I'm feeling great, man. I'm excited. We got a lot of new guys on the team, a lot of new faces, a lot of people that people haven't heard of yet, and I'm very excited to get to August 23rd. Let's just say that.
No, I think you should be, man. It's going to be a great year for you. It seems like last year, like everything that could go wrong did, and then this year, it's like we really weren't that far away last year.
Yeah.
Has that kind of been the message in the team?
Yeah, I mean, well, absolutely. You have to be able to, convey that message to everybody, especially during a season such as that one. But I feel like the biggest message that we continue to harp on is, stay on that 1-0 track. You can say it, put it around walls everywhere you want, write it down, put it in your screenshots of your notes. But if you don't actually live by that, trying to attain 1-0 every single day, it won't happen. So I feel like we just try not to look too far in the future, but definitely not harping on the past and just stand where our feet are.
I love it. How about we dive into some tape?
Let's do it, man.
All right, so we pulled some clips from Iowa State.
Okay.
Pretty good game for you.
Yes, sir.
Pretty good game. All right, and you did some things in this game that were just insane. This first throw, I still am trying to figure out how you got there. All right, so you have a safety that is deep here in the middle.
Yep.
You're trying to run a guy over the top, but that safety could take it the whole way. You don't care.
100%.
You just look at it, you say, forget about it, I could fit it anyways, and you do.
Yeah.
How do you get to that throw?
Okay, so over there in the boundary, we have two posts in the boundary. We have a wheel route by Devin Neal running out to the rail. And backside, we also have like a corner stop route by our tight end. So the corner stop route is kind of what kept that backside safety occupied. So I knew that the backside safety wouldn't be able to make a play. It was just about number 2 receiver being able to win. So if you look on that clip, you see Lou Grimm running for a second, and I threw it to him a little bit late because I'm like, let me make sure that the safety is attached to that backside bite route. And that's exactly why I was on the rope. Because if I knew that the backside safety was 100% out of play, without like any type of regards with what my receiver was doing, I probably would have gave him more air. But I had to fit the ball in there. Luke Grimm made a great play, became wide open, and he ran down the field and scored for the Jayhawks.
I mean, that was a ridiculous throw. All the tape I watched throughout the whole entire week prepping for this, that was probably my favorite throw. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Thank you.
There are a lot of good ones that we saw with all the great quarterback play in this league. All right, this next one, this is what I think you do as well as anybody off schedule, right? Anytime you have pressure, you're going to see pressure all up inside. You are going to escape out to your right, keep your eyes downfield, no problem whatsoever, and deliver a strike. So when the chaos is happening up front, you have your wheels, but you want to keep your eyes downfield, man. How do you do 100%. This so regularly?
So on this play right here, you can see that I looked to the boundary first, and I didn't like the look. This play, if the boundary's not open, you roll out to the right to be able to get to the rest of the concept because there's one single right over there in the boundary. Everybody else is flooding the field. I looked to the boundary. I didn't like the look. It was press coverage, and we had a hitch, and I'm like, forget it. We have a lot more plays where if I want to be able to take a hitch, I can take it. So they actually ended up bringing pressure. I peeped that after I started to roll out because I wasn't looking that way yet. And as soon as I rolled out, I'm rolling out, and I'm like, I see that there's a under route that I can take. But when there's an under route and there's a big boy route, which one do you really want?
I think you take the deep level.
You take the deep one.
No doubt about it.
You absolutely take the deep one. Once we roll out, we believe in reading that high to low. So I go out, I roll out, I see Q scan. He breaks off the DB. As soon as he breaks the DB off and he comes off him, I'm like, oh, there's nobody over there. All right, let him run. Let him run. 6'5", make a play. He can do it.
You dropped it in the bucket perfectly on that throw. It was awesome. I love this last one, too, particularly because of situation. All right, 3rd and 3.
Yep.
DB's thinking, all right, they're just trying to move the chains. They're not going deep here. Why would you go deep on 3rd and 3?
Yep.
You make a little bit of a check. You give them a hand signal or whatnot. Double move. 88 and out the gate down here to the bottom side.
Yes, sir.
3rd and 3, man. They're thinking you're just trying to move the chains. They squat on it, gets behind them. See ya.
100%. I forgot what exact play we had called before this, but that whole entire week, Coach Z was like, Coach Z is our quarterback, offensive coordinator now. He said, if you see this look and you like it, JD, you have the keys. Take it.
Yeah.
And this was the first play that I did that the whole entire season, and I'm like, all right, forget it. It's 8 seconds left on the clock. Switch the play. Hey, Ray. We get to the ball.
Yeah.
I look out there. I see the safety look at my slot receiver on his sluggo, and I'm like, if he's chasing my inside receiver, that corner better be chasing that outside receiver. I look back down to the outside receiver, cornerback still sitting in the flats. I'm like, oh, wow. Let's go ahead and let him run. Give him the ball.
It was a nice route, too. It was a patient route because
100%.
you saw him set up the corner. Corner slipped inside. He thinks he's running, breaking across his face. See ya.
Shout out Q Skin, man. Shout out Q Skin, making it work.
It's awesome stuff, man. Can't wait to see you back this year. Can't wait to see you healthy, full season. Great year for the Jayhawks, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
All right, buddy. Good luck this year. We'll send it back up to Katie and Brock for some reaction from a man, JD.
One love, baby.
Thanks, Greg. I have to say, yes, there's so much quarterback talent in the Big 12 this season, but gosh, these quarterbacks have unbelievable personalities. I could easily see Jalon Daniels in TV after his career.
Yeah, let's toss it back to him. Let's keep it going.
Keep him going, Greg. Golly. Speaking of his health, what does a healthy Jalon Daniels do for this Kansas team this season, do you think?
I think it does everything. In fact, I think it makes Kansas a contender to win the Big 12 title. If you think back 2 years ago, when Jalon Daniels first emerged on the national scene and he was healthy, I mean, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Yeah.
And he's still that guy. You think back to last season, yes, the numbers were down a bit. Yes, he was banged up once again. But when he was healthy and he was playing his best football, he beat BYU. He beat Colorado. He beat Iowa State. And he took Arizona State, who won the conference title, to the brink. So to your point, Katie, if Jalon Daniels is healthy, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
They went 4-5 in conference play a season ago, 5-7 overall, just missing out on a bowl. Do you feel like he has the necessary pieces around him to be able to climb in the standings in the Big 12?
Yeah, and that's really the big question with the Jayhawks. But talking with head coach Lance Leipold earlier, he feels really confident with the depth that he has. He feels good about his offensive line. He feels good about the pieces that he brought in throughout the portal to surround Jalon Daniels with. So that is the big question. We're not going to know until week 1. But once again, when you have a quarterback like Jalon Daniels of that caliber, you always have a chance.
Where do you feel like they're weakest? Not to be negative, but...
Well, the first question you have, how do you replace Devin Neal, the all-time leading rusher for the Kansas Jayhawks? Those are the biggest shoes to fill. Yes, you have some pieces on the roster that filled that running back room a season ago with experience, but those are really big shoes to fill.
What do you think is a realistic record for Kansas moving forward?
It's impossible to project these things in the Big 12. I think back to last season, everyone at this time at Big 12 Media Days said Arizona State was going to take dead last. 16 out of 16. And what did they do?
How wrong they were.
They went out to prove everybody wrong. And they had an unbelievable season. So when you try to project these schools and the way, there's now a salary cap and all these portal additions and you see these roster overhauls, it's really hard to predict, but I will say this. If Jalon Daniels stays healthy, Kansas is for sure going bowling.
Who could be the Arizona State this season?
Well, Kansas could be there. I think really the one that I look at is Utah. Okay. And the reason why I say Utah, you could say, well, they're not really a dark horse. It's still Utah. They won a couple Pac-12 titles. They were playing for Rose Bowls just a couple years ago, but they were 5-7 a season ago. But the thing that I like about the Utes, when Kyle Whittingham, when he's going to be your head coach, you're going to have a physical brand of football.